Hello and welcome back to another Marvel Champions live stream. Today we're going to do a couple of different things, but first off, we're going to start with the Marvel Champions cinematic universe, where we're playing through every single movie in the MCU chronologically with thematic matchups and thematic deck builds. Today we are going to be doing Ant-Man. So Ant-Man right after Age of Ultron, and Ant-Man is going to be taking on the Collector. I'll talk through the thematics of that here in a second, but what I've realized is that sometimes the theme can be hard to come across in the MCU translated to Champions. But just realized that that was in the wrong sleeve. But yes, so we're going to be doing that. I thought I was actually going to be able to do more MCU games today, but I have caught up to where I have watched, and so I cannot. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing some more community decks. Depending on how long we have, we'll determine how many of those that we do, but similar to my last Marvel Champion stream, where we go to the front page of Marvel CDB and play some of the cool decks that the community has generated. So if you are out there and you have a deck that is on that front page of the Marvel CDB that you want to see played, let me know, because we're gonna pick one, and if there's one that y'all want to see, let me know. Sweet. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. So Ant-Man, what we're going to be doing is this is a little crazy. This one's a little chaotic. So we're going to be playing Ant-Man, the hero, and we're going to be playing against Collector 2. Now, the theme here is this is the closest to like a heist villain that I could come up with. Collector 2, you're kind of thwarting down these main schemes, trying to get through and escape the museum. And Ant-Man, hey, Beast, now how's it going? Hey, the Romeo, what up? Nelson, kick the Collector's butt. Yeah, let's do it. But yeah, so the Collector is the closest thing to, in Marvel Champions that I think we have to a heist, and that's effectively what Ant-Man 1 is. It's a heist movie. So we're doing some weird rules to try and make it even more thematic. So Collector 1, in Ant-Man 1, Ant-Man is not going up against the celestial being. He's going up against he's trying to steal the Pym particles and trying to fight off Yellow Jacket in the process. And so I didn't have a chance to make this into the PowerPoint slide. I'll do that right after the stream. So we'll have that on the MCCU PowerPoint slide. So if you want to play along, you absolutely can. But this is kind of what we're doing. So we have 3 schemes to go through, and we have to thwart these down. So this one, the missing Milano, once we reduce it to 0, we progress to the second scheme, then to the third scheme. If we reduce the threat all the way to 0 on that last scheme, we win the game. Now, in the normal game, what we do is once we go through this first scheme, we get the Milano, and then we shuffle in the ship command, and there's a couple of different rules that we're going to switch up. The entire idea of the movie is that we're trying to steal these Pym particles, or we want the Pym particles, and so that's what we're theming this under, is instead of trying to get the Milano, we're trying to get the Pym particles. So where after the first scheme you get the Milano, we're actually going to set aside our 3 copies of Army of Ants, and once we get the Milano, MCCU is going to come to a screeching jolt on Friday. yeah, exactly. Yeah, Friday starts the Next Evolution campaign. I'll talk about that here in a second. So once we thwart down and go to stage 2, we will get all 3 copies of Army of Ants on the table. And so it seems kind of crazy to get all 3 Army of Ants as if you're in tiny form, exhaust Army of Ants to deal 1 damage, but it kind of thematically, right? Like Hank kind of tricks Scott into stealing the Ant-Man suit from him to try and kind of as a test to see if he could pull off this heist. And then him and I think it's Hope. Isn't it Hope? It's different than this Wasp in the game. Whoever it is, they train Scott on how to use the ants. So once we have gone through our first training session, which is the missing Milano, it's we're gonna get the army of ants. Once we go through stage and yeah, and once we go through stage 2, we'll get the 2 pin particles to our hand and yellow, and we'll effectively draw shadows of the past. So we'll bring in our entire yellow jacket, our side scheme, and then we'll shuffle the rest into the deck. So we have removed shadows of the past from the encounter deck because we are forcing a pull of shadows of the past once we progress to stage 3. So that's kind of the idea. Also here on the museum ship, where it says the forced interrupt, which comes into play, I think, on stage 3. We can exhaust the Milano to assign 2 indirect damage, or we can assign 3 indirect damage. What we're going to be doing here is we have we'll take 3 indirect damage and 1 threat on the main, and we have the option to exhaust Army of Ants to prevent one of those. And so there's a lot of like weird things, but I kind of wanted to make this one a little bit more thematic. And so once we have flipped this and we're going into that museum ship, if we have at the start of the encounter phase 3 indirect damage, 1 threat, we can not place a threat and exhaust this to take 1 indirect damage. We can exhaust all 3 to take only place 1 threat, or we could do none of them and take 3 indirect damage and place a threat. So the Army of Ants are kind of distracting what that's doing. Do Army of Ants pin particles count towards deck size? I didn't. I am actually running a or yes, they do count towards the deck size. I think I'm running a 42 card deck, so the deck size is a little bit smaller here for our initial start. And so I think that will also give a little bit of a boost, because the Collector 2 is not the easiest villain. That being said, Ant-Man's pretty good. It's Hope in the movie. Okay, cool. Thanks, Romeo. Encounter set. So we got the obligation. We're running Hydra Patrol. This kind of does a double feature for us. One, what's his name? What's the cross? Chase? Whoever Yellow Jacket is. He actually may be on here, right? Nope. I think it's Cross. Darren Cross. Thank you. Yes, Darren Cross. So he's trying to sell the stuff to Hydra, but this also simulates kind of like the security force, so Hydra Patrol. And then it wouldn't be Ant-Man if we didn't run the crime modular set. This one is more just, the name is more themed than the actual cards, but we're running crime and that. So none of the recommended, we're not running into any galactic artifacts here. But so we'll see how it goes. Who knows? It'll be fun. But deck build. So we have these, which are all going to be set aside, and we'll get these as they come in. Deck build, we're running Justice, because Justice seems to be really good against that Collector 2, where we're just thwarting so much. We got Sense of Justice, Sonic Rifles, Skilled Investigator, got a Quinn Carrier, Helicarrier, and Mansion. And so I'm hoping that we're able to build a little bit, maybe sit on this first or second scheme to build a little bit. Get our resources with power ofs. Turn the tide, because if we can thwart down side schemes, or we can trigger this off of the clearing the main. Lay down the law, because lay down the law can trigger anytime Ant-Man switches forms. That could be tiny to big or big to tiny, or alter ego to either of the others. We can trigger lay down the law, which is a 2 effective cost for 4 threat removal, so that's really effective right there. 2 copies of 4 Justice, Concussive Blow, allowing us to roll down, clear the area, and then Falcon and Hank Pym are in the movie, and so we're able to use those in our deck build. So our ally lineup is pretty thin. We got Falcon, Ant-Man, and Wasp, and now I know Falcon wasn't the biggest ally of Ant-Man in the movie, but I also didn't want to just run with Wasp and Ant-Man. And if you are running this in multiplayer, you can play Wasp as well. So, or I guess you can choose to play Wasp. Ooh, alrighty, yeah. I haven't played Ant-Man in a while. I think the last time I played Ant-Man was with One Stop Co-op Shop when I was streamed over on their channel and played Ultron with Ant-Man. Oh my goodness, Ultron and Ant-Man are a good time. The movies with lower budget casting will be, yeah, exactly. And so like I think it Iron Man and Cap are in the end credits, right? No, Iron Man's not. Cap, Winter Soldier. Who's in the end credits? I know. I think this is the one where they have Bucky, right? Like they've arrested Bucky. Am I thinking of that? And so like with the Hulk, I allowed Iron Man to be put in, but we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. Collector can hit really hard, and that's I think going to be one of the biggest issues. And honestly, like, yeah, we probably could have run some like endurances or something. But I'm hoping we can get that helmet early, and then we can trigger a lot of healing. So the helmet comes out whenever we flip into giant form. We get to heal. Let's just find that helmet, just so I can talk about it. Ooh, the 3-cost helmets. Where are we at? This is one of those that the specialized training, yeah, can pull. And so Ant-Man's helmet, whenever you change to giant form, heal 2 damage from your hero. If you change to tiny form, draw 1 card. So I'm hoping that can help keep us alive for a while. Helmet is always the key. It is. So next evolution is coming out on Friday. I will have it. I already talked to the store and they have it. So I will be streaming at 1 p.m. starting next evolution. What we're going to be doing, we're going to unbox it on stream. And then we're going to play at least a game with both heroes. So we're going to be playing Domino and Cable. We're going to start with the hero spotlights, where I play through every single aspect with each of the heroes. So we're going to start with that. We're going to probably do a little mix where I'm flip back and forth rather than focus on one hero for 4 games in a row. But what I want to do, I already shuffled this. What I want to do is maybe do 1 or 2 games each on Friday, and then we're going to add a stream on Saturday morning. And so I know that was not on the stream schedule, but just trying to think about my life and timing. I think Saturday we're going to try and maybe finish. Now that's a lot of games. That's a lot of games. If we don't finish, then we'll... Doesn't look like Lord of the Rings to me. Did I say it was Lord of the Rings? Uh-oh. I thought, no, today was Marvel. Oh, I said it was Lord of the Rings last week. I'm sorry. Yeah, I switched that to Wednesday. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Should always be Lord of the Rings. That's fair. That's fair. No, I respect that opinion. I respect that opinion very, very much. Um, so we'll do that. If we do not finish the hero spotlights, we will finish the hero spotlight on Monday next week, a week from today. And then we will start our campaign. We're going to be playing through False Promises, Canadian, alternate universe Lord of the Rings, where Paul Rudd played for. Now I would watch that. That'd be something, right? Um. So yeah, we'll play through the campaign next week. Next week, starting on Friday, and then through next week is going to be pretty heavy Lord of the Rings stuff. So, or not Lord of the Rings. Wow, y'all got me. Pretty heavy Marvel Champions Next Evolution. I did spend about 6 hours yesterday. One of the stores near me is not selling it, but they do have it in their play library. And so I got to spend 6 hours with a couple of people from the community, including Journeyman, who lives right next to me. And we played through the first 4 scenarios yesterday. And it's good. It's very, very good. I am very much looking forward to seeing that. Just stopped to say hi. Back to your playthrough of Conflict at the Carrick. Yes. This is Conflict at the Carrick. Yes. Alrighty. So, really excited for next. Let's play some MCU stuff. What we're looking for here is helmet. We really want to see the helmet. We'll mulligan fairly hard. Well, we got Sonic Rifle, Power of Justice. I say, oh wait, actually, hold on. We have to do all this first. So, the missing Milano, aka the missing army of ants. Put the Labyrinth Library into play. Set aside the ship command, modular encounter set. So the missing Milano, when the last threat is removed from this game, we advance to 2A. This is how we do win the game. It starts with 7 threat. So we'll go ahead and place that on. The Library of Labyrinth. Deal yourself 1 face down encounter card. Remove 5 threat from the main scheme. Limit once per phase. Then we've got Collector 2. Or Collector. Escape the museum. He gets plus X to his scheme and attack, where X is the main stage number. So currently he's a 3/3. He has 10 health, and then whenever we reduce him to 0, he flips over, and then he cannot be defeated, but he loses the plus X, where X is the scheme, so he'll just be a 2/2. And then when the round ends, he flips back over. Also, whenever we do defeat him, we get to remove 3 threat from the main. So we've got Power of Justice. We got a Sonic Rifle, a 4 Justice, a Lay Down the Law, a Lay Down the Law, and a Clear the Area. Not exactly what I was hoping for. I think I will keep this. I think we may mulligan all of these. Now we could keep a copy of Lay Down the Law, and just we got 4 threat off of here. 5 if we flip into Tiny. The problem is that I think I'd rather mulligan and dig for that helmet earlier, because healing our health is going to be the biggest issue for us. Sonic Rifle allows us to confuse, but we've got a Concussive Blow, another confuse, I guess. Genius, dang. Skilled Investigator, 2, 4, 5. We haven't even seen an Ant-Man card yet. Got one more. No Ant-Man cards in our very aggressive mulligan. So we saw 10 cards, no Ant-Man cards. I guess, to be fair, we took 5 of them out, which we'll get later. But still, that's interesting. Good shuffle, right? Yeah. I did shuffle it, right? Yeah. It's shuffled. I shuffled it twice. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, we'll figure it out. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and flip into Tiny Form. So we have a response. Whenever we flip into a form, we get to activate something, right? So Ant-Man has Puny Pest. After you change to this form, remove 1 threat from a scheme. We got that there. We're going to play Skilled Investigator. We will use a Power of Justice and a Concussive Blow to play Sonic Rifle. Sonic Rifle enters with 2 charges. We can exhaust Sonic Rifle in order to confuse an enemy, or if they are already confused, deal 3 damage to them instead. I will probably always do the confuse. In fact, we're actually going to go ahead and do that. We're going to use this to confuse Collector, just in case we draw one of those nasty stuff. You play enough champions and you're bound to get some hands like this. My favorite hands are full of, oh my goodness, right? We're going to just toss turn the tide. We're going to hang on to Genius. We'll go ahead and thwart 2 here, which takes us down to 4. And that's going to be that. We have a hand size of 5 in our small form, in our tiny form. So let's go ahead and draw. There's a giant stomp. Not necessarily needed. Oh, good. More resources. More resources. Make it stop. Oh, and we got a Falcon. Actually, you know what? That kind of saves it a little bit, because Falcon we can play for 4. We can't play the giant stomp, but we'll figure it out. Whew. We got 1 threat here on the main. Collector is going to attack us for 3 plus a boost, which we will just take to the face. We have 12 health. Ant-Man has a fairly decent health pool. So 3. Give the Collector a tough status card. That's fine. So 4 total damage. Down to 8. Health is a resource. Our encounter card is Impossible Geometry, Insight 1. We add 1 to the main. You are confused. If you're already confused, choose and discard 1 card you control. Alrighty, sweet. That's great. So we're confused here. Let's go ahead and on our turn, we'll use a energy and a strength to play a Falcon. So after a Falcon enters play, look at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. 1, 2, 3. For each treachery, we got Caught Off Guard, Master Plan, and Assault. Remove 1 threat from a scheme. So that was solid. So we got Caught Off Guard as our boost card if we stay up. So we do have the option of flipping down if we want to. If we do, we get Caught Off Guard as a encounter card, which is not the worst thing. We have Skilled Investigator. You played Escape last week and forgot how much Stun Confused his deck has. It can be tricky to navigate. Yeah. Master Plan. I don't want that as an encounter card. And then Assault. I think we're just going to keep this. What we'll do is we'll flip to Alter Ego form so we can dig deeper for that helmet. We can get Caught Off Guard, and then we can force our way into a Master Plan for a boost card. We'll go ahead and thwart to remove the confuse. Hey! Thank you, Jam Jar Binks, for the subscription with Prime. I appreciate it. Yeah, so if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to your favorite streamer for free every single month. And so give your favorite streamer Jeff Bezos his money. It does not have to be me, but make sure that you're using that perk because it makes the streamer's day. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. We're going to have Falcon go ahead and thwart 2 here. He'll take 1 consequential damage. This also allows us to get a double activation out of Falcon rather than just immediately chump blocking with him. So if we flip down, I like the pause as you tried to work out that name. Yeah, it's just really small, and I couldn't tell if that was an M or an R. I was like, if you got Jar Jar Binks as a username, I was like, wow, that's impressive. But Jam Jar Binks, I love it. Thank you so very much. Welcome to the stream. I appreciate you. So we're gonna flip down. We get to heal, go up to 9. Thank for the Bezos. Oh, Bezos bucks. I love that. I love that. That's amazing. Did you just come up with that? I love that. We'll toss Giant Stomp and hang on to Genius for a whole nother turn. We'll stand up. We get 6 cards. Another Sonic Rifle. There's a Mansion. Okay. Resize. Oh, I love Resize. 2, 4. Ant-Man. Giant Strength. No helmet still. No helmet still. Okay, we're going to go 1 here. Collector's going to scheme, but he's confused. We get Caught Off Guard. We'll toss the Skilled Investigator. And it's back to our turn. I think what we'll do is we'll flip. I want to end up in Tiny Form. I think Tiny Form is the right way to go. We'll probably push this turn because we get our Army of Ants, which allows us to deal some damage. And so I think we'll do that. But I want my helmet. I want my helmet. You got your best Marvel Champions hand of all time the other day. A double for protection, 3 basic doubles, and a Night Nurse. Nice. Man, that is a well-paid Night Nurse right there. I'm telling you. Whew. Scott Lane frantically running around the house looking for... Yes. Yes. It's perfect. It's perfect. Okay. Let's go ahead and do Genius Sonic Rifle. You know what? No, we don't need to be an Alter Ego for this. So let's go ahead and flip into Big Form. So it works. When I flip into Big Form, I get to deal 1 damage to an enemy. I'm going to choose the Collector and ping that Tough. And then we are going to play Resize. So change form. Actually, no, what? We're not. Now we're going to have Falcon go ahead and thwart 2 here, which progresses. That full hand flip you do is seriously entertaining. Oh, this? Good. As I lose all the cards. Okay, so when revealed, put the set aside Milano support into play. Now what we're doing, we're actually going to drop the Army of Ants. So if you're in Tiny Hero form, Exhaust army of ants, deal 1 damage to an enemy. So instead of a resource generator, we get a 3 damage dealer, which honestly kind of may feel better, but I don't know. I wonder if at this point, let's go ahead and... Yeah, at this point, Yellow Jacket's going to come into play as well. And then once we progress to the next one, we'll shuffle the rest of the deck. But I think this kind of helps balance it out a little bit. So we got Yellow Jacket. So when the last threat is moved from this scheme, advance to 3A. This comes in with 11 threats. So we got 11. We lose the game if it hits 15. Now we're going to play Resize. We're going to... Oh, wait, actually, while we're up here... We're actually going to... While we're in Giant Farm, he gains Retaliate 1. So we'll go ahead and attack for 3 here. We get Retaliate 1 down to 8. Then we're going to play Resize. We're going to flip down to Tiny Form. We get to remove a threat from a scheme and draw a card. Resize allows us to draw a card. Ooh, good. More resource generators. We'll Army of Ants the Yellow Jacket. We'll go ahead and Sonic Rifle. Use the last charge on the Sonic Rifle to confuse the Collector. I just really don't want to draw that surprise advance. We know we're not getting it this turn, but we will be getting an Assault, so he's going to be attacking us twice. That's annoying. Let's go Strength. Giant Strength Helicarrier for Mansion. Mansion will exhaust and we get to draw a card. Of course. Okay, we're going to use Sonic Rifle and Quincaria to play Ant-Man. Maybe my cost needs to be a little bit lower. We'll throw 2 Army of Ants at Collector. Ant-Man has 2 PIM counters. Ant-Man will thwart here. Take 1 damage. He gets health equal to the number of PIM counters on him, so he has 1 health left, meaning that he is in excellent shape for a chump block. And then this goes down to 8. So, coming back to Galaxy's Most Wanted, outside of like Collector 1, this is the Ant-Man MCCU. Yes, it is. It is. And so there's if you were not here at the beginning, or anyone who's not here at the beginning, kind of the idea is that Collector kind of simulates a heist environment. And we're bringing in Yellow Jacket and Army of Ants when we progress instead of the Milano. And then once we progress again, we're going to shuffle in the rest, and we get both PIM particles to our hand as a successful heist, and then we have to escape with them. So, you know what? Actually, yeah, okay. And like I'm kind of coming up with it as we go, because what we're going to do is Yellow Jacket comes in on flip stage 2. Flip stage 3, Yellow Jacket will come back because he kind of, at the end of the movie, like appears again. Yellow Jacket's not the worst. He's not that bad. We'll stand up. Where's my helmet? Turn the tide. Not the helmet. Not the helmet. Not the more resource generators. Not the helmet. Not the helmet. 2 force 5. Alrighty. So we're going to add 1 here. Collector is going to attack us for 4 plus a boost card. We're going to throw Falcon in front of it. Boost card is a 2, which we knew was master plan because Falcon told us. Then we're going to draw an encounter card, which is an Assault. Collector's attacking us for 4. We'll block with Ant-Man. Plus 1. Hydra Soldier takes it to the face. You're saying about something about replaying... Oh, no. Oh, yeah, sorry. That's what happens when I drink too much coffee, as I get too excited. Maybe the real helmet was the cards we drew along the way. Nice. Yeah, Galaxy's Most Wanted. I think Drang is a good scenario. And I think Collector 2 gets overshadowed by Collector 1. I think Collector 1 is especially in true solo, just not a good scenario. I think it's really tough. Collector 2, I think it's associated with Collector 1, but I think Collector 2 is a really cool scenario, right? Being like thwarting down, he's immortal, and you can like use damage to thwart with him. I think it's a really cool like setup for a scenario, and I think that we just, or at least I, have a hard time um, like disassociating Collector 2 from Collector 1, and I think Collector 2 is just a much better scenario. Let's go Mansion to draw into not the helmet. Sweet. Um, we could go Sense of Justice. I think I'd rather get Wasp out. If we drop Wasp, we can clear the area. Yeah, let's do that. Hey, Joshy. How's it going? Collector 2 can be really hard. It's a very good scenario. It's a cool challenge that feels like an escape. Collector 1 is poorly... Yeah, it is poorly designed for solo. Um, but, I mean, like, right? If we play Wasp, this is where Collector 2 starts to get scary, right? If we play Wasp, then we've already used all of our chumps. And Collector 2 right now is hitting for 4 plus a boost. Also, so I played... all of the or everybody but Strife yesterday through Next Evolution. I'm not going to spoil anything in case you are looking for um um are you're trying to avoid spoilers, but I will say that Mr. Sinister is a tough scenario. Mr. Sinister is not easy. Well, I hope all those angry at me for using channel points to stop D20 playing Ant-Man today are watching. Ant-Man's fun. We'll use Sense of Justice, Rinse Gauntlets, and Giant Strength to play Wasp. So, as a hero response, after Wasp enters play, deal 2 damage to an enemy if you're in Giant form, or remove 2 threats if you're in Alter, or you're in small form. We are at 8. You have a friend who plays Ant-Man a lot, so I kind of tire of him quickly. That's fair. That's fair. Ant-Man is so cool though. Let's go ahead and take 4. Put that at 3. Go 3 Army of Ants on the Collector, which is going to be taking him down to 5. I guess we'll clear the area to leave this at 1, and then we'll flip to Scott to heal 1. So many points. We were in the point... Oh, you were in a point battle last night? I still need to figure out what to do with points. Like, every now and then, Trapper will come in and make me drink. But that's pretty much it. I need to figure out what to do with points. Let's stand up. Wasp needs the damage. 2, 4, 6. If we don't see the helmet here, I'm rioting. Hey, the Romeo. Hydrate. Let's go. Cheers. Yeah, since you mentioned... Yeah, right? I can't catch Nelson streams regularly, so I barely have any points. Nice. We got Giant Stomp. I've been opening Lorcana packs recently, and like this is because they put the rarity here on the bottom, so I kind of want to do this. I'm like, okay, that's not the helmet. Nope, not the helmet. Resize, not the helmet. Oh my gosh. Well, we'll get the helmet because we have a mansion and a resize, but still, that's dumb. Nice. Of course. Alrighty, we got 1 here. It's always at the bottom of the deck. It is always at the bottom of the deck. It's kind of crazy. But also playing with Next, we had 2 players playing. 1 player was playing Domino, 1 player was playing Cable, and we got to use some of the players' side schemes. The player side schemes are so dynamic and change the game so much. I'm so excited. So excited to play with them. Place 1, Collector is confused. Dragnet. Hinder 1. Villain cannot take damage. Spend X physical resources to remove that much threat from the scheme. This comes in with 6. Ant-Man Helmet, Colossus's Iron Will, and Hawkeye's Quiver are always at the bottom of the deck. Yes. It is one of those... It's the law of Marvel Champions. Okay. Mansion. Let's go. Nice. Okay. So that actually works really well because we're able to drop. Actually, may want to play good stuff. Yeah. So we'll use these three for Ant-Man helmet. Now we'll get to trigger this off the resize as well. Do you think side schemes were too easy to clear, or did it feel balanced? Okay, so I think so. I think it felt balanced. Um, I mean, like they were easier to clear, but I don't think that was necessarily the biggest. I think okay, so the side schemes, the player side schemes are easy to clear, but that means you're not progressing on anything else. And so, like here, if I spent 4 threat to clear the side schemes over here, then I'm not spending 4 threat here. And I think that's where the main cost of those player side schemes are. Because, like, I think in multiplayer, they're way better. But in, like, solo, if I'm looking at, like, call for backup, um, yeah, call for backup. The leadership one where I get to everyone gets to play an ally for free. I think it comes in with 3 threat per player, and so that is it's a 1 cost card, so 2 effective cost card, 3 threat per player, which is probably another 2 effective cost. Um, so really, we're looking at a 4 effective cost card for an ally, and so like if you break it down, it could. The nice thing is that you have it on call. You can leave it at 1 threat, and then you can trigger it whenever you need it the most. But like the cost effectiveness of it is actually not as crazy as I initially thought. You don't think they're gonna break the game as much? Yeah, I agree. Alrighty, let's flip to hero form, big boy form. So we get to deal a damage, but we can't actually deal damage because of Jacknet. Uh, After we heal or go to giant form, we get to heal too. Goes to there. We're gonna play resize. So this is gonna flip us down to tiny form. We get to draw a card, lay down the law. Bummer. We get an encounter card, and you can bring in really strong ally to handle the board state. Yes, you can. So, but like, if you have call for backup, you're paying 2 effective costs the um for the card itself. Um, Maybe don't bring them against Red Skull. Yeah, right. Yep. So you pay 2 for the card itself, and then you have to thwart 3, which is anywhere from like 1 to 2 more effective resource. If we normalize everything to like a resource cost, so we're looking at 3 effective resources, um, and then 2, or if it's 2, 4 effective resources. And so at that point, it's like you paid for a 3 cost ally. Now you get to go find it. You get to choose it. So it is good, but you also have the opportunity cost of not thwarting something else. Um, they felt more balanced than I thought they would feel, and they were fun. So also Ant-Man's helmet triggers here. We get to remove 1 threat from a scheme. Um, Actually, you know what? Before we flip, we're actually gonna have Wasp thwart here, which is gonna push us here. So when revealed, flip Library Labyrinth and place 1 acceleration token on the main. No. Shuffle the remaining cards from the set aside ship command. So what that means in this context is Yellow Jacket comes out instead of. It's effectively like we drew Shadows of the Past. So Tech Theft. So actually, we're not going to get to draw a card, which was the Power of Justice. And then that's my counter card. I see what you're saying. We'll definitely need to actually play them and get a theory. Oh yeah, theory, and like in multiplayer, they're really really good. they're really good in multiplayer. And solo, I think they're more balanced than I was expecting. And I was just kind of thinking that for my solo. But like multiplayer, being able to play Nick, Professor X, um, heck, Maria Hill, and I don't know, choose your poison, Dum Dum or whatever, Agent 13. I mean, that's really good. That's really good. You looked at Cable's full deck, no spoilers, but seeing his obligation, yes, that's another thing, Joshy, is that once we that um I don't know what I just did. Oh, this is my discard. Yeah, the obligation for Cable is pretty significant. Also, his Nemesis set, Justice Spider-Man ally. Yeah, there you go. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. The obligation can be annoying as I believe it doesn't get nope. It's a persistent obligation. It always is around, and so yeah. And his Nemesis set is also super nasty. Tech Theft has two. When we flip down, we are going to go ahead and we also get Pim Particles. This comes in with 8. We lose at 12. Still very. Oh yeah. I'm more excited for Domino. I think Domino is going to be insane. I'm really looking forward to Domino. Okay, let's do Power Justice and Pim Particles to play Concussive Blow on the Collector, so he cannot take damage, but we will confuse him. Pim Particles we spent in Tiny Form, so we get to draw a card, and to clear the area. Oh, sick. We're going to use Pim Particles and clear the area on Tech Theft. So that's going to get reduced. I get to draw 2 cards. Quinn Carrier and Giant Stomp does not help me at all. I've been locked out of playing so much with this deck build. Oops. Everyone thinks playing is nasty. He's one of my favorites, you know. Nice. Yeah. We'll go 3 Army of Ants here. We can't actually do anything with them. This is going to go to 10 out of 12. He is confused. So I think we're fine there. I think I would rather... I mean, that is our win condition, right? So we'll keep lay down the law. What what do you think of the chances of a Magneto hero in the next wave? I wouldn't be I wouldn't be shocked. I would not I think it's more unlikely than anything, mainly just cuz there's so many X-Men out there, right? Like we're getting Beast, we're getting Nightcrawler, we're getting this is all speculation, of course. Beast, Nightcrawler, Iceman. Like there's so many like core X-Men, which like I guess like we did get Nebula as a hero. I could see it. I could see it. I would say probably 50-50 would be my guess. Um we will thwart. No, we'll just take out Yellow Jacket. Yeah. We're gonna hang on to lay down the law. We'll toss everything else. We'll stand up. We got a blocker, which is great. We got strength. Turn the tide. Don't need that. 3, 4 justice. Nice. And a concussive blow. I don't think Magneto will happen, nor will Professor X, even though I really want him to. I want like the Professor X or the Nick Fury deck. I think that those would be really cool. Where like see how they like tie in the um like the ally version. I think that'd be really cool. My guess is we'd more likely to see Emma Frost as a villain turned hero deck. Yeah. He's been more of a hero in comics than a villain these days, but yeah, there's already a long list. I think Nick Fury. I think there is a chance we get a shield wave. Hey, how's it going? Hello. How you doing? Yeah, no, I think we could get a shield wave at some point. That would be pretty cool. Get like a Maria Hill, a Nick Fury, a well, we already have Hawkeye, we already have Black Widow. Like, really, you really want Magic? That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. There's so many cool. Oh my gosh, I hope this game never dies. Okay, we're gonna place a threat and take three. Place two threat, take three indirect damage. Now the MCCU rules is we can use Army of Ants to prevent some of that. So we're going to use the the Army of Ants to prevent the two threat. We're going to use the last one to prevent one of the damage, and then we will take 2 damage. They're distracting them. They're distracting them. Collector is going to hit us for 4 plus a boost card. We're at 9. We don't die. I think I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it because then Wasp is another 2 thwart. And we have 4 justice and lay down the law, which is 8. Actually, we don't need it. We don't need it. Ha. Well, actually, 4 justice is only 3. But we do have a basic activation here, so we're probably fine. We'll take it to the face. It'll be fine. So 2 plus... Our 4 plus 2 is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ant-Man's going to be beat up at the end of this. The question becomes, given they like doing a male and female hero release now, but we have characters like Nightcrawler, Beast, and Iceman, who are the females that pair with them? Magic is a good choice. This is where my lack of X-Men knowledge starts to show. Magic would be amazing. Mutant plus Mystic. Oh, yeah, that'd be really cool. Emma Frost, Jubilee. I am curious if they will do a Jubilee hero pack with just how much we have with Jubilee, like the Mutants of the Mall stuff. Be down for Emma Magic. I'm indifferent to Jubilee, but she'd be fine. I'm trying to think. This is just where my um. And do we think that the last will be X Men or X Factor? Because we have X Factor. This is X Force is the second box. So do you think that we'll have a third wave as X Factor? We got an advance. We've got a size increase attached to Yellow Jacket if you cannot attach to the villain. Uses 3 size counter. After attached enemy activates, remove 1 size counter from here. Yikes. +2, +2. So now he's swinging at a 6. But we should be fine. So we're good. Excalibur? Oh. I'm not familiar with Excalibur. You're on the exact same train of thought. Those are who I expect the male heroes to be. Yeah. I think they'll do a mix of X Factor, X-Men. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Oh yeah, they already have a precedent like that. Yeah, because Thanos, or maybe it won't be X Factor at all. Maybe we'll do X Force, X Men mix up. Spelled Excalibur. um, yeah, no, yeah, that's interesting. Hmm. All right, let's go Mansion to draw a card. We'll thwart 2 here. Wasp will thwart 2. Takes us down to 4. We'll flip into big form. Use 4 justice to play lay down the law, which will remove 3. And then we'll use shrink to play 4 justice to clear and win. Nice. Yo, I'm so excited for Lorcana. We doing any Lorcana streams? I'm trying to figure out how to do that. So currently set up, I'm kind of doing the single player. If I can convince somebody to play it and we can do kind of the virtual streams. I am playing Lorcana. I want to figure out how to do that. I'm just not quite sure how to get that kind of type of content on the channel. But yes, I am actively looking into trying to figure that out. Bishop would be awesome. There's too many good X-Men characters. I sort of see Bishop getting the Jubilee treatment. Oh, yeah, that'd be interesting, yeah. What about a Mojo Mania style expansion for Apocalypse that comes with a bishop hero? Oh, that'd be kind of interesting. Um, I think I think the likelihood of Apocalypse being relegated to a Mojo Mania style expansion would be fairly low. Cool. Well, yeah, there you go. That's MCCU. Okay, so what we're gonna be doing, because that only took us like 50 minutes. For some reason I think Collector being a lot longer, but he's actually, you can rush him fairly easily, especially with the Justice deck. Um, so what we're gonna be doing next is doing uh, a deck the first from the front page of the Marvel CDB. Um, so if there is something on there that y'all want to see, let me know. Otherwise, I will just kind of take a gander and look and see, and we'll build that deck and play it against something crazy, because typically those decks up on that front page are really good. So, yeah. Apocalypse will have to be the big for the box, but a hybrid hero scenario pack, that would be a really cool idea. And like, I think, they've gotten a little bit more creative. Not like they weren't creative before, but they've gotten a little bit more ambitious with the hero packs now that we are getting like the pool aspect with Deadpool. And so I think that that's not out of the question. You've been saying for a while to add new text to the same heroes and change it up, especially the first characters out. Like make Spider-Man have Web Warrior text. Yeah. Villain Theory's triple your profit. Rogue came up first for me on CDB. Alrighty. We'll do that. Play some more Villain Theory stuff. That's always a good time. Alrighty, I'm going to go to be right back. I'll see you all soon. We'll probably do a couple of these, but I'll see you soon.